We'd now like to pay a tribute to Peter, Paul, and Mary and do something that they made very famous a while ago. It's called Puff the Magic Dragon. It tells the story of a little boy who has a pet for a dragon. But we did some checking up in this, and we found out that dragons eat people. So we believe that the little boy was not taking the people down the cherry lane to see his dragon, but to feed his dragon. Now, as you can imagine, this gives a whole gory outlook to this little fairy tale. And this is a song that was done by Peter, Paul, and Mary, and it's a very difficult number for us to do, because we're all boys. You noticed. Thank you very much. We tried it. He sings tenor now, but everything's going to be all right. And we would so instead like to pretend to you this evening, Puff the Hungry Magic Dragon by Peter, Paul, and Fairy. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Chucky Paper would bring him folks to eat, and Puff would lick his giant chops. They were his favorite treat. Every day, dear Chucky boy would lead them down the trail. Puff would see them coming, and he'd wag his giant tail. But just as soon as Chucky boy and the folks he'd brought drew near, Chuck would duck and Puff would suck, and the folks would disappear. Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Chucky Paper would bring him folks to eat, and Puff would lick his giant chops. They were his favorite treat. Noble kings and princes would bow whenever they came, as they followed little Chucky down that cherry lane. But those noble kings and those princes, knights of British fame, were all okay with Puff because they tasted just the same. Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea, and he frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Chucky Paper would bring him folks to eat, and Puff would lick his giant chops. They were his favorite treat. One sad day it happened, Chucky Paper, he was bad, 'cause to that naughty old dragon's cave he brought his mom and dad. But little Chucky Paper had a bit of rotten luck. When Puff inhaled his evening meal, Chuck forgot to duck. Puff the magic dragon still living by the sea, but he's getting thinner every day because the food's in Honolulu. The moral of this story is steadfast, tried and true for all the women. Never spite or cheat or bite the hand that's feeding you. No, never spite or cheat or bite the hand that's feeding Puff the magic dragon.